Ahora, vamos a pasar a la siguiente cápsula GovTech, que tiene mucho que ver con lo que estamos hablando en este panel anterior. Y nos va a acompañar una persona que viene desde Alemania. Él es Ibrahim. Él es Head of GovTech en Heliad, un venture capital alemán, un inversionista de Alemania, que ya vio esta oportunidad de inversión en GovTech. Ya están un poco trabajando este tema, tienen unas tesis de inversión, tienen, digamos, mucho que compartir respecto a la experiencia y la oportunidad que GovTech como mercado representa para startups, para administraciones públicas y para todo el ecosistema que estamos viendo. Ibrahim nos va a compartir información muy interesante acerca del futuro de GovTech como mercado y como oportunidad. Y en su cápsula nos va a compartir cómo ellos desde Heliad están viendo y cómo están planteando la oportunidad para los inversionistas en GovTech. Entonces, Ibrahim, te vamos a dar paso. Un gusto saludarte. Ibrahim, thrilled to have you with us. How are you? Vamos a pasar un poco de inglés, pero no se preocupen para los que no hablan inglés. Tenemos los subtítulos para que puedan seguir a Ibrahim. Ibrahim, how are you?
Hello, Nicholas. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to speak here today. My name is Ibrahim and I'm the head of GovTech at Heliad. Today, I'll be taking you through some numbers and exciting developments in the GovTech space from an investor's perspective. So let's dive into the future of public service, where technology meets governance. Heliad is a stock market listed growth equity fund and has investments in many verticals, for example, in the fintech area, but also in health tech, and energy, and also in sustainability fields. I joined them to lead a dedicated GovTech investment strategy, and our mission is to invest in innovative technologies that enhance the way countries maintain security, deliver services, and foster digital sovereignty. So in these times, we are witnessing an extraordinary transformation in how modern states function. The GovTech market is booming and governments worldwide are shifting towards digital solutions. So our investment focus ranges from security and also dual-use defense cases to the field of public digital infrastructure and ultimately also digital, or formerly known as e-government, as well as all the adjacent verticals. So, for example, when we have government financial transactions, sometimes there could be very fitting solutions from the area of fintech, for example. And the reason for the overall transformation is clear. Technology not only helps governments work smarter, but also provides them with the tools to stay secure and resilient in a very unpredictable world. We're talking about public crisis and so on. For Europe alone, the potential of GovTech is massive, with over 200 billion euros in public tender volume that can be addressed by technology today already. There's a significant opportunity for startups and SMEs to drive this transformation by offering innovative, scalable solutions. In fact, startup associations in Germany suggest introducing policies to have obligatory 5% of public tenders being awarded to startups and SMEs. An interesting policy discussion from my point of view, and I'm eager to learn how this is done in different countries. In fact, by 2025, looking at the right-hand side graph, the global GovTech market is estimated to grow to over $678 billion. This is already 2 times larger than today's fintech sector. And in the fintech sector, we have, from an investor perspective, spoken, we have hundreds of active venture capital firms, while in the yet young GovTech area, we have not as many at all. So it's not just about technology for the sake of it. It's about opening doors to enormous financial opportunities domestically, but of course globally as well. When we look at the sector, speaking from our investment thesis and how I did some research before speaking with you today, the Latin American space is definitely one which is very interesting for this, because we have 90% of companies recorded a cybersecurity incident in 2023. And comparing this to our experiences across Europe, we could say this is the targets of cybersecurity incidents or crime in that field are not only companies in the private sector, but increasingly so the public sector. Speaking of municipal governments, which leads to service disruption, or even worse, speaking of energy companies, maybe even publicly owned, which might suffer an energy outages for whole societies or whole regions. So there is definitely a potential in this field for strength in investments, which have to be done to stay secure. And then we have maybe a more positive effect, the positive effects of artificial intelligence and how core government services can adopt tech-driven solutions. And there's a 5% expected GDP boost by artificial intelligence in Latin America by 2030 possible. And looking at different studies, we see $480 billion expected productivity effect in the public sector alone by Gen AI. And also, and on the other hand, 50% of all working hours, which could be reduced via AI automated activities. So our three key theses in the field are: governments will increasingly adopt tech to modernize, states will transform infrastructure to safeguard their sovereignty, and security in all fields, domestic and of course in the defense area, will become a critical focus. What does this mean for emerging trends and the future outlook? Like from automation, AI, to cloud platforms, to also new technologies, augmented reality, virtual reality in government, we see that the future of government is set to be increasingly digital. And Latin America, with its vibrant tech ecosystem, has a unique opportunity to harness these trends. Therefore, and this is speaking more on the future outlook side, innovative procurement practices as well as interoperability and cross-border collaboration are essential. This is speaking from some of the experiences we have with the European Commission. They foster interoperability, and this leads to a more scalability also for domestic solutions, for example. We have this as identified as one of the key points because the more governments share and scale their solutions with the private sector, the more important this becomes. And the best part about it is with cloud technology applied, the software as a service solutions, the SaaS solutions, can be rapidly scaled, ensuring that even smaller countries or regions can keep up with the big players and enable them. In summary, GovTech is not just about technology. In our opinion, it's about empowering governments to work more efficiently, protect their citizens, and drive economic growth. As we look to the future, the role of private capital in combination with public money, but also with more innovation and procurement, will result in a scalability which is critical for shaping the public sector and adapting for modern times. We are convinced that these are excellent investment cases. So thank you very much for your attention, and I'd love to connect with any of you who are interested in discussing this further. Greetings to GovTech LATAM and the team in Bogota. Let's build smarter, more resilient governments together. Thank you very much.
Ibrahim, thank you, y muchas gracias a todos los que están conectados todavía en este momento. Ya ven que Ibrahim está dispuesto a conversar, a compartirles esas tesis, a ver qué es lo que está sucediendo en América Latina. Vemos todo ese potencial que el mercado tiene. Vemos la posibilidad de escalar estas soluciones en las administraciones públicas por todas las situaciones puntuales que nos comentó Ibrahim durante su cápsula GovTech. Nos quedamos con temas clave para sacar provecho de ese potencial. Startups, atención, compra de innovación. ¿Cuál es la compra de innovación de las ciudades, de los países en los que ustedes se encuentran? Interoperabilidad, capital privado y esa escalabilidad de las soluciones teniendo en cuenta la oferta y la demanda que tiene ese mercado.